We didn't cover that whole situation with female MCs, but we could probably talk about that at a later date. I mean, I don't want to get into the gossipy stuff, but a lot of women in rap right now are kind of going back and forth. And we had a conversation the other day about you know I guess the unity, not really the unity. We had a conversation about why the Chez Noirs and Rhapsodies in women in hip hop don't really have the women following that
Hmm.
they should have. Because somebody made a point in the chat, I think it was Mad Max. He said that as Shay Noir shows, is number dudes, and it's like,
Oh,
and I think that we didn't have an answer for how that gap could be bridged, but I think the answer is actually unity, and I think that
mm.
if there was a Cardi B, or if Cardi B worked with Rhapsody on something, right? Like I think that that would bring Rhapsody more female fans.
So you want to know what's funny? Is that when we were having the Armani conversation about like how she's only a record away, I thought it was very funny. And this is just how our mind is conditioned to work. And this is what I mean about how a lot of these conditions for the women are the men's fault and responsibility more so than the women. Because immediately we started naming off guys that she should do a song with. And I was having an epiphany this week, and I was like, you want to know what? Either Meg or Cardi needs to get all the girls together and do a ladies' night and bring all the girls out. Like have like a big posse cut where it's like Che and Armani and Sims and Lotto and Megan and Cardi are all on the record together because we have blueprints and templates to say it can be done. And so maybe Armani's coming out party needs to be via Megan or Cardi.
I think that I
What do
agree.
you think of
I
that?
agree with that, but I think that even in Ladies Night, if you look at it,
I love
we
Ladies
got to
Night.
look at like Kanye was that bridge in the gap between the backpackers and the mainstream rappers, and I think that the one female MC that did that in her era was Missy. Missy was able to bring any and everybody together, right?
Yes, Missy.
And I
Yes.
think that at this point, some of the women collaborations in hip hop, I would like to see it more of a like Megan working with somebody who doesn't do exactly what she does, right? Like again, Megan working with a Shay or Armani or a
That's what
Rhapsody or something, just mixing it up a little
that's
bit.
what I mean. But it's like no. It's like fuck all that. Bring up. How about this? This is like you could have Megan, Lotto, and Cardi, and then like Che, Armani, and Love, and do a combo record.
Right.
And because here's the thing, like if I'm not mistaken, Love can sing some.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. I think the for real, just mixing and matching those worlds is would do a whole lot for just the already
Yeah.
thriving female MC.
And,
But I
and
think
here's the
that
thing for Megan for Lotto specifically, it might give them some street credibility that
yeah,
they're lacking.
I mean because they can rap, but I think that
They
a
can
lot of
rap
people
rap, but
don't
they don't have credibility like they can rap the way Che and Love do because they
exactly,
don't do rap songs. But if you can stand next to a female rapper per se who is known for her bar work
exactly.
and hold your own, well, maybe you're going to get more respected. And if that female can stand next to you on a hit record and show that her bar work isn't compromising the song, maybe that opens up the lane some more. And so maybe even though this problem is a male dominated problem because it's a male dominated industry, maybe the women can do a better job about helping each other along.
Yeah, because again, when we put out the question the other day, where it was like, well, what can Shay Noir do to get more of a a woman fan base and get the women to support her more? The only answer I can think of is to collaborate with some artists that women follow and they might not be aware of what she's doing. Ray Rims with the super chat says, "This Queens versus Brooklyn needs to be a series that you guys do at least twice a year. Monday should be a part one of many. It definitely could be a part one of many." Jay Short says, "Pusha left the door open for Freddie to take his lane. He's definitely gonna take his album of the year claim. That's what I predict. I think it's gonna be better than Pusha's album, and I love Pusha.
I told you I'm comfortably. How about this? I will not be surprised if the album of the year drops on Friday.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Mad Max says Megan can't get all of the girls together, Coop. None of them like Megan. She's having relations with their men behind their back. Cardi can, Nicki can though. Not relations.
Maybe. I mean, just to that right quick. Okay, Mad Max. First of all, I'm gonna say this respectfully. All of these women can get dick anywhere. Who cares? But either way, I'm speaking to what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best thing that these women can do is get together and actually help each other. I thought Ladies Night was a moment. And you're right, Missy was the key, because it's like, well, she was working with Lil' Kim, but she was working with Da Brat, but she was in radio, so she was dealing with Angie. You know what I mean? Because her and Tim was at radio all the time. And so it just made sense. And then you add Left Eye to it, I thought Left Eye was so appropriate for the song, because in that time period she was the forgotten MC, because she was in an R&B group.
Right.
But her as an MC, she was just as good as a lot of them. She just didn't have the work to speak to it. And I felt like that was kind of like her moment to shine, because I still feel like she has the best verse on there.
She does, actually.
She does. But Missy's the scene stealer, Mike.
Missy's Kanye before Kanye.
Because the end's still the best part. Where you ain't about to be using me for singing hooks. What I look like, Patti LaBelle or somebody?
And the whole airwalking thing.
Great.
Missy is Kanye before Kanye. Yes, somebody said Missy's the Lady Marmalade glue too. Yeah, she is. I think that solves everybody's quote unquote problems, because it's one of those things where people always say, oh, well, they always make songs about this or they always make songs about that. If you mix the different worlds together and y'all make songs together, then that alleviates that.
But I'm so tired. Quite frankly, I'm so tired of men saying that. It's like, you understand that, like, specifically like with Meg and Lotto and Cardi and like Nicki, you know, they talk the way that we talk. Where you think they got that talk from? Where you think they got that conditioning from? It's like, you think they got that from other women? No, the women got it from the men. And so that's why I be telling people, it's like, if you don't like the way that female rappers talk today, like, look in the fucking mirror and realize, like, where they got it from. It's like, women talk about men now the way men talk about women. Get the fuck over it. Like, grow up. Like, for real. Like, this is what I remember when we having a conversation late last year, and I was like, hip hop still has a lot of growing up to do. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm talking about, because you have to be in a place, in a space, because hip hop's grown now, because hip hop's like about to be what? Like 50?
50, yeah.
Hip hop's about to be 50. Let's treat hip hop like a grown adult and understand that the women get to talk like the men, if it's okay for the men to talk that way.
And on that note, we can get up out of here, man. I'm looking forward to Monday. That's going to be epic. And I'm about to start getting my list together now.
You want to know? I'm about to start getting my list together too, because this is going to be epic. Because you want to know what both of our biggest problems are? We only get to pick 21 songs. Mm-hmm. I mean, let's be honest. You could pick 21 non-songs. I could pick 21 big songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to be too big heavy.
Yeah. Like, I don't care as long as I beat you at this point, because the people are apparently with you. There's some bias going in. I feel like the election is fixed. I feel like I'm in Florida and I'm a Democrat. All right.
Reggie said, Mike, Coop, there's a reason that you guys are not giving Coastal Contra some shine. So is there a reason why you're not giving Coastal Contra some shine? We would like to get you guys take on their version of Scenario. Okay, I'm going to listen to that as soon as we get off.
You want to know what? I'm listening to the Coast Contra tonight, and here's what I'm going to tell you about the Coast Contra, Reggie, for as good as you're bringing it up. It better be worthy to speak about right next to the Freddie Gibbs for the way that you've been talking about.
I'm sure Coast Contra's got to be great, man. We've been hearing about it every single episode. I'm actually putting it in my phone
it better be on this Freddie Gibbs level for us to actually be able to viably talk about it for the way that you've been talking about it. Because a couple cats done press some stuff to us, Mike, and when we get pressed with it, we like, that's not pressive. That's just press.
A lot of the times it is impressive. You know what I mean?
The stove god is still the one that sticks out in my mind. The cat that put us on Reasonable Drought.
Yep.
And put us on Stove. That since we've been doing the podcast, the cat that put us on Stove, like wherever you are, like, thank you. I didn't know, fam. I didn't know. Yep. I didn't know before you taught me and before you told me about Stove.
I'm gonna listen to Coast Contra's whole album, but I want to check out the Scenario you were talking about specifically first, and then just go from there.
I'm funny about people doing classic remakes too, Mike.
Maybe I should listen to the album first before I do that.
Shit.
Everybody's saying Coast Contra is the truth. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's do it. Y'all
I'm
have a
not
great
still
day.
listening to the Rock Marciano. Somebody said they still listen to the Rock Marciano. I'm not. Neither is Mike. Or Mike would have told me he was listening to the Rock
You're right,
Marciano.
I'm not. Reggie said check for the Speechless freestyle too. Okay. I'm gonna check all that. They
Okay,
must be
Reggie.
fired.